Hello, everybody, and welcome to the weekly Oracle Wisdom for May 11th through 17. My name is Natalie, and I'm going to have a look at what the Oracle cards have to tell us about the energies for the week ahead. Now, we are halfway through the month this week, so if you haven't already had a look at and watched the May monthly Oracle Wisdom, make sure you go check that out. If you have watched it, maybe it's time to go back and rewatch the piles that you picked, or pile that you picked, to see if that reading is resonating, or maybe a different crystal is calling to you. So maybe there's another message for you in that reading. We are going to get right to it and just get started. So we're starting with the Future Higher Self Oracle. I often use this deck for my monthly readings, but for some reason today when I went to my cupboard full of oracle cards, this was one of the decks that was calling to me. So I'm just pulling a few cards and we'll have a look at them in a moment. Okay, so please excuse my voice. I've been really unwell. I am feeling much better, but I'm still congested, so I apologize for how I sound. Okay, and we're just going to pull, oh, there we go. I think there's one more. Okay, I knew there was one more. Okay, so first up, the wheel will turn in your favor. Keep going. Then we have to rise, you must let go of fear. Take chances, you'll realize how perfect something will turn out. It's okay to be different. Don't try so hard to fit in. And then the final two, know that whatever decision you made, it was the right one. And you're a lot tougher than you think you are. So I think it's probably a week, and I realize we've had a few troubling weeks in recent times, and the astrology has been incredibly intense. But if you're questioning how this is all going to turn out, you need to remember that the universe is working in your favor. And I talked about this at length during last week's reading, in that there are moments in time where it feels like everything is being ripped away from us and nothing is working in our favor. And we sit there and go, okay, how is any of this going to turn out? And ultimately, in the long run, things turn out exactly as they're meant to. And if it turned out any other way, it wouldn't be beneficial for us. But sometimes it takes time for us to be able to see and understand why things have played out the way that they have, and to be able to actually appreciate that. So if this is a week where you're going, what the hell is happening? You have to keep that in mind. And I think there's still a lot of fear about how everything is going to play out and how everything is going to land. And this is a moment in time where we talked about these themes last week. This is a moment in time where we have to let go of fear, or at least move through the fear to get to the other side. So there may be a moment this week where you have to take a leap, and you're going to have to trust that the universe is going to catch you. So if there is that opportunity and you're going, I don't know that I can do it, I don't know that I can do it, this is where you have to actually leap and go, I've got this. And the very next card is take chances. You'll realize how perfect something will turn out. There are going to be opportunities, and you are going to be called not only to trust the universe and to either let go of fear or move through fear, but I feel like there's going to be opportunities. And this is where it's like, do I say yes? Do I not? The answer is yes. This is a moment where you say yes to what the universe is offering you. I always love when this card comes out. It's okay to be different. Don't try so hard to fit in. So we live in a world, and especially with social media, where everybody's starting to look like everybody else. Or so many people, I should say. I shouldn't say everybody. That's using a blanket statement. But so many people look at celebrities and social media influencer culture and sort of go, I want to be just like that, as opposed to embracing who they actually are. They're putting out content which is like the things that have made other people popular. And instead of just embracing their own weirdness and their own quirks, for lack of a better term, they're trying to be like somebody else. This is your reminder that you need to embrace exactly who you are. And I have said this in previous readings, and I will say this until the day that I die. You came to this earth with a soul contract, but your biggest superpower is being exactly who you are. The moment you try and morph into someone else or be like somebody else, as opposed to embracing exactly who you are, is the moment that you are unable to reach your maximum potential. When you embrace who you are, if you look at a lot of these influencers who, just started posting, there's a girl I follow, her name's like Spooky Boo or something. I think her name's Selena, someone or other. She started writing and self-publishing books, and I have a feeling they may be in the horror genre, and she kept popping up. And she's quirky, to say the least. She sleepwalks, and I saw her talking about how she collects old hearse vehicles, so the cars that carry the coffins. And she's like, and everyone always thought I was so weird, but I've published these books, and because of that, I can now afford the hearse, and I can do this and I can do that. And she posted a video of her going to pick up this hearse that she had purchased. And I'm like, good on you, love. Like, you do your good things. Then I think this may have been what made her go viral. She posted a video of her laughing, saying, I was sleepwalking. I'm at a hotel. I'm in the hallway and I am completely naked and I am locked out of my room. And she had to get herself. She just posted her realization of her situation. And she had to get down to the lobby and get into her room. She didn't post any of that. She just posted the realization of what was going on. And I'm positive that video went viral. And that was what made me start following her. But since then, she posts a whole lot of stuff. There's a whole lot of sleepwalking videos and stuff about her different interests. But there was one video in particular that always stands out to me. And she said, I was such a weird kid and I didn't have that many friends. And I always thought that I was too weird to actually fit in. And thanks to this crazy app and the internet, I have so many new friends and all these people that follow me because they enjoy the weirdness that made me feel like there was something wrong with me when I was younger. And that video has always stuck with me. And the reason she became popular is because she embraced the weird version of herself. And so this is a moment in time where you need to embrace exactly who you are and trust that the right people will turn up in your life, the right people will follow you, the right jobs will find you, or you'll be attracted to the right jobs, and you'll find your tribe. And that, I think, will be one of the most freeing things for you. If there's any doubt as to any decisions that you've made, know that whatever decision you made, it was the right one. You ended up exactly where you were meant to, and you need to remember that, because I think we often sit in a place of what if I had have done this? What if I had have done that? Could it have played out differently? The answer is no. It played out exactly as it was meant to, and you need to just trust that and keep moving forward. And then we have, you're a lot tougher than you think you are. In these moments of being challenged, in these moments of fear being present, you need to remember how tough you are. And sometimes that is looking back at all the obstacles that you have overcome and going, yeah, I am really tough. Other times it's just hearing that saying in your head, you're a lot tougher than you think you are, to give you the strength to get to the other side of whatever it is you're facing. Just know that you're going to be absolutely fine. You are strong enough to get through what you're facing this week. And I don't even think that it's necessarily that difficult. It may be challenging, but I think if anything, it's the self-talk that is going on in your own head. And that's what you need to be able to overcome this week. Okay, so we're moving on to Oracle of the Fairies, and we have the first card is Find Balance. Find the balance between your work, rest, and playtime. You will have more energy, harmony, and productivity in your life. Take a power nap. So if things are out of whack for you right now, it is time to take note of what that is and then get that back in balance. And maybe it's that you're working too hard, so you do need to rest, or maybe you actually need to go out and blow off steam, and whatever that looks like for you. It could be going out and having a night dancing with your friends, could be sitting at home, crocheting a blanket, knitting a scarf, reading a book, going for a hike, whatever it may be, you need to do that. On the flip side, if you're being too lackadaisical with life or too lazy, it is time to get back to work, refocus, and put your energy into a place that is going to be productive and helpful to you in moving forward. Just whatever it is, make sure you are taking care of yourself. Make sure that everything is in balance and that no part of your life is going to extremes or going too far. Then we have Lost and Found. What was once lost is about to be found, thanks to the Lost and Found Fairies. Sometimes she can help us find things we never even realized were lost. So I almost wonder if this could be somebody that a relationship of some sort that we thought was lost coming back in. That is highly possible. It could also be our drive. Like if we've lost our passion for something or our drive to achieve something, that could find its way back in to our lives at the moment. And it could actually manifest in terms of material items. It could be something that was literally missing and that turns back up out of the blue. Then we have Believe in Magic. Open your eyes and see the magic that's all around in nature. The fairy of the Northern Light says you are part of nature and you are magical too. This is about reconnection to self, remembering who you are, remembering the magic that exists within you. And I think that with all of the energy that we have had going on recently, it's very easy to get lost in the drama of everything and forget who we actually are. But this is a moment in time where you need to remember, again, it's okay to be different. Don't try so hard to fit in. The difference that exists in you is the magic in who you are. So please don't forget that. Make sure you make that connection with yourself. Remember how incredible you are. Remember how strong you are and that you are capable of making it through this moment in time. And we are going to finish up with one last card from the Rainbow Oracle, which is Jasmine Safi deck. And if you haven't already watched the episode of Gemini Rising with Jasmine, it was a really beautiful show. Jasmine talking about her life and how she came up with this deck and the decks that she came up with prior to this one. Really great. So go check that out on the Natalie Sadie page under the live streams. So then we have detach. Retreat from situations that are not in harmony with your soul, open to greater love of self. So this is a moment as you're embracing exactly who you are, as you're remembering the magic of who you are and your soul, it's time to let go of all the things that don't serve you. It's time to level up. It is time to fully step into your power and reclaim your life. You know, the craziness of the astrology has died down a little bit. Pluto is now retrograde. Just take ownership of your life. I think this is actually a really good week. I think whenever we're coming back to self and getting life back in balance, it is a really wonderful gift. So make sure you do that. Make sure everything's in balance. And remember that the greatest things are on the other side of fear. Have a great week, everyone. And I will see you next week for the Weekly Oracle Wisdom.